So hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a little bit behind on my recap. I apologise, I'm going to catch back up as soon as possible and upload every single day. But I've just recently uploaded a bunch of Valentine's Day tutorials, including the one I'm wearing right now. So yeah, go check those out. And without further ado, let's go on with RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 3, Episode 3's recap. So the episode started after Thorgy's elimination, which I'm still bitter about, but Milk was kind of saying what I was thinking. She was saying basically that Thorgy had a smaller part, there wasn't really any jokes in it, there was no gags, whereas kind of Mariah Carey and Julie Andrews had like all the fun. It was kind of set up for them to win. But then she went on to kind of discredit Kennedy Davenport, and that I don't agree with. I mean, there's times where I could say I feel Kennedy's look is stagnant, and I've seen it a lot of times before, but Milk seemed to be kind of coming for her personally and saying that she's not like a strong drag queen and stuff, or at least that's kind of how it came across. And I know it's reality TV and we might not see it all, but I thought Milk came for her a little bit in the wrong way, but karma, we'll discuss it later. So the main challenge this episode was a parody of the kind of dating show called The Bachelor. I mean, we don't have it in the UK, at least I don't think, so I've never really seen it, but I know the concept of it. But it was a parody of that, and they called it The Bachelor. And like they used the eggplant emoji for the eye and stuff, and it was just like a fun challenge, and it was all improv. Like they got assigned certain characteristics that they kind of had to portray as their character, but it was all improv, non-scripted, so they had to think quick, have that quick wit, have that comedy to hand, and I think it's a really good challenge to set the queens. So we'll do like what I've done in my last few recaps, and we'll go along the line. The queens were paired up. So we'll start by discussing Milk and Trixie Mattel. I was kind of scared that they was going to judge them as pairs when it came to deliberation and make like the top two a pair and the bottom two a pair kind of thing, but they didn't do that, thankfully. Milk was assigned the Stalker Girl, which I think is personally one of the funniest ones, or you could have made the most comedic, but Milk was just very high energy, and it wasn't really directed towards comedy. It was just a lot. Like, she was too much energy and it wasn't directed well. And she also kept interrupting Trixie Mattel, and that personally annoyed me because Trixie had some of the best jokes, and she ended up placing kind of like third this episode, like in the top, but didn't get to lip sync for her legacy. And I think if Trixie got to land the jokes that she did, she would have ended up in the top two. So Milk kind of annoyed me with her too much energy without kind of a bit of a story or being able to land those jokes. And Trixie was assigned the Fake Bitch, which honestly is one of those roles that you can really take and run with it, but again, she didn't get to really land the jokes that I knew she could and was trying to set up for herself because Milk kept interrupting her. But she got top 3, so I can't really complain, and Milk was placed in the bottom 3 this episode. And they actually did a bottom 3, which I'm glad they're starting to do that now, because it gives that a little bit more alliances, favoritism kind of thing to the bottom 3. But yeah, that was it for them too. Kennedy Davenport was the party girl, and she was paired with Aja, who was the needy girl. But Aja kind of misunderstood the assignment and kind of went down that pheromone whiny cryy thing, as opposed to like the tell me I'm pretty, love me, that kind of thing, which I wish she did. But Aja was quite funny. Like, I liked Aja's. She wasn't the best. She was placed in the bottom 3 this episode, which personally I wouldn't have done. I would have placed Aja as safe and put BB in the bottom 3. But Aja was good, and her runway, whew, girl. But Kennedy, oh my god, she made me so happy that Thorgy went home last episode, because she got to bring this performance of Party Girl, and it was amazing. It was so funny, and Kennedy does good comedy. Like in season 7, she made me laugh a lot, but I never really think of her as a comedy queen. But this episode, everything was just on point. It was so funny, from the look to what she was saying to her actions to just everything worked. And this episode was 100% owned by Kennedy, and she was placed into the top 2, which we'll discuss in a second, but Kennedy slayed this episode. Ben de la Creme was paired with BB Sahara Benet, and Ben de la Creme was assigned a cougar, which she kind of does old women well, but what landed her in the bottom in season 6 was kind of her cougar challenge with Darian Lake, so it kind of was like a redemption story, and she really brought it. She brought that comedic flair, that campness that I know Dayla can, but it was just so well done, from the characterizations to what she was saying, everything, and Dayla was in the top 2 again. 3rd week in a row that Dayla's landed in like the top 2 of like the episode, so well done Dayla. She's absolutely slaying this competition, and I think it was rightfully so. She was so comedic, but I feel like if Trixie got some more of her jokes in, she might have knocked Dayla off her pedestal a little bit. But Honestly, she did so well, and it was just so funny to watch. Like, I've watched the episode so many times back to back now, just for her jokes. Like, I live for it. BB Sahara Benet was assigned kind of a shy virgin that kind of wants to lose it, so it was kind of like she had to push for it, but still be like, oh no, I'm a virgin. And she didn't really bring much comedy. She didn't really do anything that made me laugh out loud. She didn't really bring much to this challenge, and I honestly would have placed her in my bottom 3 rather than Aja, but she was declared safe this episode. I mean, it wasn't a bad performance. There was queens that did worse, but it wasn't really a particularly funny performance or memorable. And then finally, Shangela was paired with Chi Chi Devane, and they were assigned like a polyamorous couple. So basically them two was like together in a couple trying to recruit a third person. And Shangela was said that she has to be more interested in Chi Chi, and Chi Chi had to be more interested in the guy that they was like going on the dates with. And honestly, Chi Chi fell so flat. She missed so many opportunities to do so many good jokes, and since Shangela is that over-the-top personality and so funny and good at comedy and characterizations, Shangela just bulldozed right over Chi Chi, and I think Chi Chi only got like one half funniest joke in towards the end, but Chi Chi was placed in the bottom 3, rightfully so, and Shangela was declared safe, which I think is a fair thing. She didn't make me laugh as much as the other queens, but I think she did like really well this challenge. Again, Shangela brings comedy like naturally. So the top 2 were Kennedy Davenport and Ben de la Creme, with the bottom 3 being Aja, Chi Chi Devane and Milk. So the lip sync for the legacy was to Greenlight by Lorde, which wasn't really like a fun or entertaining lip sync, to be personally honest. I didn't think any of them particularly slayed the lip sync, but Kennedy was declared the winner for the lip sync for the legacy, and as soon as she won, I was like, oh bitch, she's sending Milk home, like please send that bitch home. And she did. She chose Milk to go home, of which Trixie was really gagged about and was like, what, why are you sending Milk home? Like, Chi Chi's been in the bottom so many times. I'm sorry, but it was Milk's time to go. Like, I think everybody can agree Milk was very sour this season, and it was her time to go. I knew as soon as she started to discredit Kennedy that karma would come back and bite her in the ass, and it really did. And I'm so happy Kennedy won and sent Milk packing. I'm excited to see who Dayla would have chosen though. I wonder if Dayla went a little bit Miss Congeniality and chose Chi Chi because the amount of time she's been in the bottom, or if she also chose Milk, because Milk was like, the judges want me here, the other queens want me here, and it was like, nobody wants you here. You should have gone last episode or the episode before, love. So yeah, that was it for my recap. I feel like everybody did pretty well. I mean, Chi Chi and Milk did fall short for me. Aja shouldn't have been in the bottom 3, but I was fairly happy with everything that happened this episode, including Milk's elimination. That put a giant smile on my face. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this recap. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell to tell you when I upload in the future. Comment down below if you agree with the decisions that Kennedy made and everything that happened in this episode, and let's get a little discussion going. And subscribe to my channel. I bring out new videos every single Monday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, plus lots of bonus days. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Bye.